Hello everybody, welcome back to Cornbelt for Farming Simulator 17, map made by Caster. I believe he's a German modder. Well, we've cranked up our tractor here, and I think we're going to do a little chores. Map tour's over, and I got to start. You know, it's been a long time since I've been on this map, and I really need to kind of reacquaint myself with it. No, I'm just looking at this here. I believe what this is right there is a place to take grass or corn or whatever, dump it in, and it creates a silage. Is that what it does? Pretty sure that's what it does. So it outputs silage, and I was using it to make animal feed kind of over at the left, kind of in the front area of our farm. Have some equipment in here. That van there is to haul meat, I believe. The one with the spout on the back, the unloading auger, I think I'll haul seeds or fertilizer with it. There's another, that's a livestock hauler, forage harvester, or pickup windrow. That black one hauls oil. I think the yellow one would haul oil also, but I think I use it to haul fuel. Matter of fact, it may even have some fuel in it. And a fertilizer spreader. I have a drill in that building over there. A couple seeders, actually. One for root crops and one for small grains. Let me see how much fuel. I'll just fuel them up while I'm here. I don't know if this is how it was in Farm 17 as a whole, but you noticed it killed my engine when it started fueling me up. I don't know if that's a script in the map or if that is just how Farm Sim 17 worked. Of course, it starts me back up when he's done, which doesn't take long, and there are piles of snow galore. Spring is, it's already 4:30. While I'm here, I got a little workshop over here. The Seasons mod, Forest Repairs, and if I remember correctly, 6.7 engine hours until maintenance required. So I've had to repair quite a bit. Let me see, do I gotta come out here to... Why am I not touching the ground? Oh, you know why that is. That's why I gotta get down. There we go. Repair. 11,294. That'll give me a little more time. And you know, I don't know. Let's see if I look at my 30 hours. I think it's every 30 hours you need to repair. I don't know. Let me try to take off the blower and see if I'll maybe try to move this out of the way and see if it also takes repairs. It doesn't. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's too old to be repaired. You know, I've noticed that before. I think I've also noticed it over in Farm Sim 19 that there comes an age, particularly of your rolling stock, if you will, or your powered machinery, where you can no longer repair it. And I'd be curious, like if I go to F1 and I move it between the two, no, I think it only gives... Maybe it doesn't take repairs on anything but tractors and just the moving stock. So I'm going to take a... Oh, actually, before I do that, I was going to head over to the sheep, but I don't want to neglect the animals here. So I know we have a few cattle over there. I got to try to remember where is... I think I have a water trailer kind of parked over It takes the four-wheel drive tractor in order to move it. Yeah, there it is. I have a massive tank sitting over here that I just periodically go over and hook up to and stick some more water in the trough, which this time of year, oh, the temperature's 36. Hopefully it wouldn't be frozen. We take good care of our animals. So I'm just going to back in here, and hopefully this is underpowered for this particular tank. Now look at that. Let me see if I can dump some in. Yep, it's taking it. Enough to feed our animals. Yeah, you can't really see it. There's a little trough right in here. It's covered with snow, which is kind of bad. But our cattle are smart, so they know exactly where to go to find their food. So let me just see. Is there anything else needed? It appears it could use some grass. I'm trying to remember now. How did I get all that over? I think I have some trailers. Yeah, it would come into this trough, or I can do it in the one over by the barn. Now, I used to have a lot more cows, or excuse me, a lot more hogs. I was feeding constantly. Now, is this animal? Is this... Oh, I need the main truck. Is that how I fed him? Here it is. Yeah, I'm having to remember all this. Actually, I think, yeah, these are two placeables I put in here. This one, I believe, does hog feed, and this one over here does cattle feed. And I don't use them that much at the moment, as I got rid of all the hogs. Maybe I'll bring them back. But as you can see from my bank account, I don't really need them anymore. Plus... and maybe some of you would think this is a cheat. I made the hogs reproduce quicker. There's a way you can do it in the map to get them to breed quicker, and so I guess I did do that little cheat. Of course, that means you gotta feed them quicker too. All right, wheat. Let me see if I have. No, I don't want barley. No canola. Corn, potatoes, sugar beet. TMR. Don't know how much I'll need. I'll just give maybe 10,000 or so. Probably enough to feed the small number of cows, such that I'll have to come back and just dump it in. There is a source of water on this map, and we're driving right by it. I think these... that isn't a windmill, is it? Let me just stare up at it. Nope, it's just a tank. I think it fills when it rains, or maybe it slowly fills over time. Let me just look at it here. Yeah, it must fill over time. It's got 80,000 liters in it. So whenever that tank over there gets empty, I can just bring it over here and fill. Actually, there may even be a couple of them here on the main farm where I can refill the tank. Look at those cows. Trying to navigate the those big drifts. Yeah, I probably should have added to my cattle herd here. I'd have no idea what they're grazing on out there. Oh, I still do need to bring some grass. I don't even know if I have any grass. That's right, I forgot. You can give them TMR, but you also need to bring them grass separately. If I was really doing this the right way, it'd be coming out here in bales, those kinds of things. And I know I'm not the only person that does it. It's kind of for shorthand. And this storage over here, this modded placeable storage I put in here, it must have massive underground tanks because it holds a little bit of everything, including, I believe, a little grass. So I'm going to get this puppy turned around and we'll take care of our grass needs. It's just loose. There's no way in real life you could ever do this. Grass rots. I think even the season mod forces that, you know, when it's just sitting out in the open. Alright, TMR, chaff. Oh, even wood chips in there. Straw. Oh, that's right. We would need some straw. Grass. Tons and tons of grass. I can't imagine I'm going to need more than this. And for all I know, I do know when it's raining that this will rot out of the trailer. I don't know if it'll do it now. Actively, you know, while we're driving over there. Yeah, it doesn't look like it is. But it's enough just to give them a little dab. But by all rights, alright, we're at 100% for the cattle. Again, I'm going to be so glad when all the snow is gone. It just piled up like crazy over the winter. Almost to the point of making me regret putting it down here. We just had one of those winters where it snowed almost every day. So it quickly got to the maximum depth of snow, which I believe is a meter, 1 meter in depth. So, alright, let me put this back in here. So for our cattle, we have enough feed here to last for a long time, and really kind of around the I hope you can't hear a dog. It's getting kind of annoying barking out there. There are several fields here that I ripped up and planted with grass so we could have areas close to us where we could go out and cut it. And haven't had a need to for some time, really, because we just don't have a big enough herd to need it. So let me get this turned around. And I will park the trailer under here. I maybe shouldn't even park the trailer there, but oh well. Now I'd like to go take care of the sheep. And we'll see over here, they need a little water also. They need some grass, but they are clear over there. And I know there's some snow I need to get out of the way too, so I think I'm going to bite the bullet, and we're going to take this tractor over there. Oh, and here's another placeable. I really have liked this one as well. It holds potatoes or sugar beets. Really a cool mod. Place to store those, because I think for the pig feed you need a root crop, and then you need canola or sunflowers or soybeans and wheat, maybe, or grain of some kind, corn. Not sure what's stored in that trailer. Probably corn, frankly. Either that or I closed it up just to... Here's where I should harness the power of course play. Let me just see if I have one to get over there. And it's been ages since I've looked at these. These were all painstakingly set up. So I gotta kind of remember what they are. So home to... Those are to various fields. Home to sheep. That's probably the one I want. And I don't remember. I also wonder if it's on the... There it is. Yeah, I think it started some other spot. So, should be point to point. Let me get her going. There we go. Just kind of nice. It'll take care of the driving, and I know I've asked this before, I'll ask it again. You know, anybody looking at this, do you prefer large maps versus small maps? I mean, I think I've mentioned in the first video on this series here that my preference is a larger maps. They just feel a whole lot more realistic, lifelike, if you will. And if you do you tend to play them multiplayer? Do you ever tackle them single player? You know, does the idea of sending a tractor across the map, like we're doing here, is that anathema to you, you know, to where it would just be so far away you'd prefer to have things closer, therefore a larger map, you know, wouldn't quite have the appeal? And curious too how much of you use courseplay. I mean, this map, you saw how many different routes I had on here. I mean, there's just loads of them. And it was before I discovered another mod that was made for Farm Sim 17, and then really kind of came into even more use. I think the version in 17 was a bit more rudimentary. I'm still trying to figure out. I had a fairly decent handle on it for Farm Sim 19. You know, if anybody has seen my use of it on Peace River, the Peace River map. But in here, you know, I think I have set up routes. Shoot, let me see. That's turning it on? Is it this one here? Yeah, I've put in routes. But what I'm not 100% sure is how to use it in here. So yeah, this winter I ended up taking a little pickup around, made all sorts of routes. I would love to use it because I think it's way more versatile than the courseplay mod for this kind of thing. When it's distance and driving, I think this is where the auto drive mod shines. Once you set up your circuits, like you can kind of see we're going through here, because it no longer is dependent on a particular route. You have the route just by setting it up, and then it's a matter of going from one station to another, and as long as all of these are properly linked up, it will know or figure out or calculate a way of how to get to the other point. But like I say, I haven't used it much in Farm Sim 17, so I'm not entirely sure how it works. I was just noting here I'd put it in. So right now, really all I have is the courseplay, and I have tons of those, you know, and every single one of these routes had to be painstakingly built one at a time, you know, where a truck would go to a field. It's primarily for harvest, you know, where it's mainly an issue, and it's a loop. It has to go to and from the place of storage. It has to work flawlessly so that you don't have to babysit it. It won't get itself in trouble. And so it's kind of ticklish getting them all set up. I guess it is the same way getting auto drive set up too. But very, very handy tool. And I think I was mentioning in the last video when we were taking the train ride and seeing some of the devastation still on the fields of hail damage that had happened during harvest. It made it so I couldn't harvest my crops in the normal way, you know, where you just hit higher and it goes around and around and takes care of it all pretty easy with the, what is that called? It has a name. Is it advanced? I forget what it is. It's some kind of higher mode where it has a script in there that lets it do it. The regular in-game one, of course, forces you back and forth for when you do higher work. But anyway, with all the blotches in the fields, that was no longer practical, so every single field that I harvested had to be done with courseplay. And some of these in here, being a 16x map, it is so gigantic. It would take a fair amount of time sometimes. A game would literally freeze, and you would have to wait, sometimes minutes, until it figured out what it was going to do, or the route, or whatever. And of course, and if you saved that route... Oh, I better stop it, or he's going to look for a way back. We'll kill our course. But if you saved that route on the field, which you had to if you were in the middle of harvesting, then you had the pain of waiting that same amount of time every time you load the game. And I got lots of courses in there. You know, I try to delete the ones in the fields, you know, when I'm no longer using them. Hey, now we're using quite a bit of water. Look at that go. Oh, we're not even going to fill it. We're going to have to go fill up our Oh, we just barely made it. But you know what? I think I'm going to go get some more water. I don't have a large enough tractor really to be pulling this around full. So I don't think I will fill it all the way full. But, oh yeah, look at the snow piles interfered with the wool pallets. We have a bunch of wool look at that. You know, I installed the water tower right here so we had ready access to water to make it easy. Some other modding I did was inside this shed. You kind of got to work a little. I forget. Let me get over here and start getting water. I forget where the map author put... there, we're filling up from our tank. I wish that thing would bend down and go into the hole, but it doesn't. I think the map author maybe had the wool spawning over here, and I changed it to spawn in the shed. And then I don't know that I've had the shed filled up all the way, but I think it's designed to that if I wait long enough to come pick them all up, and it looks like I easily have a truckload or two here, I think it would literally fill up that entire shed. And you know, I almost think it was putting some through the wall. Can't quite tell on the far side over there, but yeah, I think I had to try to tweak that just to give it a little bit bigger area. It seemed like a good area where somebody would store wool if you were a farmer here. So I believe that's a change that I put in here. Over to the left here with this barn, it's kind of blocked off, if you will. Oop, that's enough water. It's blocked off with snow, but that is a place where you can sell straw when you harvest it, so I've used that a number of times. I wish you could set up course play to where if you dragged a load of bales in there that it would sell them, and maybe if a guy loaded them the normal way and wasn't so fond of auto load, like I use auto load extensively. I'm just not very good using a front end loader, so I just do a lot of pretending. I load it on there, and I think once they're auto loaded, nothing detects whether there's bales or anything on there. I think if you release the bales on the trailer and then strapped them down, of course that then adds a lot of weight to the trailer, maybe then course play could take it through the barn and sell it. I really don't know. You know what? I should probably go grab a trailer. Let me just come over here. If I remember correctly, this poor guy was picking up snow. Let me put... Yeah, look at that. He's just picking up snow. So I'm gonna... We'll turn him off here. This works a whole lot better when there's no snow on the ground. So we'll get out of him here. We'll go back to our tractor. And I've done this before just to try to pick up this mess. Maybe there is a way to get all that in the trough. What I've found is it's easier to go get a trailer and then use this handy-dandy blower unit in front of me to blow it into the trailer, and then I just dump it from the trailer into the trough. Now all this snow, I've gone over it so many times. It's a little slick, but it's at least smashed down all the way. There we go. I gotta try to remember how to use this gizmo on the front. I gotta unfold it. Unfold. Oh, rock loading. Don't need the ad at the moment. Oh, help it probably if I got in the right pipe in. No, I don't want to do that. I want to leave that out. Okay. I'm going to come up here. crank her up. I got a pile of it right here, because if I don't get it off the ground, it's eventually just going to rot. So, there we go. Alright, I'm picking some of it up. I get some of it in the trailer. I think the unit holds a certain amount. Now, is this... Oh, I don't want to do that. I want it to come in here. Oh, yeah. I don't remember my key bindings. Come on, give me some green in there. Come on, put it in the thing. I don't have any in my trailer. Yeah, see, I gotta... Maybe if I pick it up, will it blow? There's like a certain position it has to be in order to blow into the trailer. And I know it's kind of cumbersome to Oop, nope, don't want to do side to side. Maybe it's trying to angle the blower. See, I can move that little thing up there. Oh! Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, you can see how it moves. And I know it's aiming there, but it isn't putting material in the trailer. And I'm not sure why. Maybe if I put it down, I have to get it in. If anybody has some suggestions on what I'm doing wrong, I would appreciate it. I don't know if I need to. I know I've done this before. Unless I need to, hold on, let me try something like this. I'm gonna drop the trailer. Oops. Drop the wrong thing. Drop the trailer here, pick this back up. I'm gonna zip on around. It's still full of material, so I'm gonna see if I can blow it in at another angle. Maybe hey, there it worked. You see that? It put some in there. I don't know why I can't put it in when we get her started, and it's going to pick some more up. I'm going to try to see if I can direct it into the trailer. Okay. Oh, come on. Oh, look at that. You know, that's something I've noticed. I've got so many sheep that when I come up here to clean it up, it's generating more as I do it, based on how many sheep are here. Wow, wow, wow. We could be doing this for a while. I think I have it going. Why is it not wanting to cooperate? You know, I wish there was a way to tell what I had in here. Some of this over some of this here is hay. It isn't grass. So I wonder if I have a snoot full of grass or hay, and of course the trailer over here is only grass, so it isn't wanting to accept it. That could be what's going on. So maybe I'll just try to, I know I can always dump it on the ground. I don't know, is that putting it in the trough? 4461. Can I blow it into the trough? No, I don't think I can. Let me try to get this back. This thing is temperamental. There we go. I think it's moving product. Maybe what I'll do, since I'll just turn it off here, it seems like it has quit putting more down. So I'm going to take this and, yeah, we got a fair bit of grass here. I'm going to just direct it over here to the trough and dump her on in. Yeah, we still need a fair amount more. So let me back this up. Seems like that's the only way I was able to get it in here is by dropping the trailer and trying to blow it in versus blow it in the back of the tractor. That's too far. Rambunctious with my... Is that even set up to go in there? That might be too far. Try to pick up some of this. Oh, now it grabs some of this grass. So... You know, I think it holds a certain amount in it, and if it's a certain quantity down, it'll change it. So I think it picked up a little bit of the hay, but then it switched over to grass. And I think, yeah, closer. Now it's putting it in there. Oh, it's a lot of work trying to clean up after these animals. And it's probably not going to let us put it in here. Unless, oh, by George, it did. Look at that. Probably because I think if there's a certain low percentage in the trailer, it will change it to whatever the new incoming is. I think we have just one little dab more. Maybe some here. Oh, that's good. You know what? I took the collisions off here just so I could come through. All right, that's enough. Let me see if I can put it in here. I think it got that in there. I don't think there's anything. Yeah, there's nothing else to go in there, so I think we were successful in cleaning up after ourselves. So I'm gonna dump the little bit we have here into the trough, if it'll let me. I kind of think, is it winter where the season's mod? Well, we'll see if it lets us dump it in. Oh, it's still taking it. Alright, so we got our mess cleaned up, and I think they need a little more food, but I'll just do that off cam. Thank you so much for joining me for this little escapade feeding our animals, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye for now.